Hey everybody, it's Shep Hyken here, customer service and experience expert, coming to you from world headquarters at Shepherd Presentations. I'm sitting at my desk here in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm reading a very interesting article that I think will interest anybody who not only is interested in customer service and experience, but also who flies. No doubt that the airlines have been under close scrutiny over the last few years, especially after last year's incident with United Airlines, where a passenger was physically pulled off of an airplane. Tough incident for them, and this is one of the things that they're actually doing to try to make sure that that doesn't happen again. The headline reads from CNBC that United Airlines is sending employees to compassion training. That's right, they're sending employees, 30,000 of them, by the way, to compassion training. United's new training program aims to improve customer service. And isn't that something that all the airlines are working toward doing? Obviously, top airlines like Southwest Airlines and Alaska Airlines are doing amazing jobs here for the U.S. carriers. And then there's everyone else. Now, I think they do their job, and I am a personal frequent flyer of a couple of different airlines. I know what to expect. I'm happy. But when I actually found out about that incident last year, I was amazed. I can see where people can lose their temper, and I could see where maybe a gate agent or a flight attendant might lose their cool. But to create some type of physical interaction with the passenger, well, that just takes it to a whole nother level. So let me just read you a few highlights. And by the way, I like what United's doing, but I have some real important thoughts on this if they really want to take it to the next level. So this program is going to apply to flight attendants, gate agents, and other employees. Most likely these are employees that are the ones that are front facing. And I see we've got our buddy James Dodkins is watching. Hey James, how are you doing, buddy? You're a rock star. Anyway, so let's go and take a look at this. They're calling it compassion training, and it's an actual program called Core 4, C-O-R-E with the number 4. And thousands of employees are going to go through what they term at CNBC's article as an ambitious 4-hour training session that aims to teach workers to be efficient. Think as in terms of like on-time departures and making sure things are operationally working. And by the way, it says to teach workers to be efficient, to ensure operations are safe, and do it all with a smile. Now, compassion training to me is more than smile training. I like that they're thinking that way. As a base, people should be friendly and nice, but compassionate is really important. So, and this came in, the article points out that it was after, this comes after the incident where the passenger was taken off the airplane to make room for another, apparently an employee of the airline. So, United's trying to improve its image. It's trying to do the right thing. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to put about 30,000 people through this customer-facing exercise, role-playing with each other, and basically developing some type of a process for how to deal with certain situations. That's what role-playing does. Let's pretend I'm the angry customer or the angry passenger yelling at the gate agent. How is the gate agent to respond? And I think it's great to put people through these scenarios. Now, here's the only thing I'm a little concerned with, and that is this. Training isn't something you did, it's something you do. So 4 hours of compassion training, I think that's awesome, but what are we going to do to follow it up? What are you going to do to make sure that people retain it, people like it, people continue to practice what they're being taught? And the only way to do that is through sustainability, and that's more training. Now, how much more training do you have to do? Good news is if you put people through a really good course and shortly thereafter you follow up, it could be 5 or 10 minutes. For example, I know many companies have their weekly huddles, and they spend 5 to 7 minutes during each of these 20 to 30 minute meetings saying, hey, let's remind everybody how important customer service is, and they share a few incidents that happened and how they were able to create moments of magic out of maybe some complaints, or as I call them, moments of misery, or maybe they just talk about, hey, here's what's going on and here's an idea. So I would suggest to United that even though you're doing this great program, and I do think it's great, and I applaud you for doing it, and I think it's a great move, I hope you back it up with some sustainability. Even if it's once a month, putting 10 to 15 minutes of thought about, hey, here's some, and by the way, it could be as simple as showcasing some of the best United Airlines employees doing great work. A cool thing would be to do is maybe shoot a quick 3 to 5 minute video and send it out to all the employees, and then ask them to give a quick little feedback summary, or maybe have managers in group meetings talk about this incident that's on the video that showcases how it should be done, and have everybody comment. The idea is you keep it in front of them. I was talking to somebody today, and we made a comment about, hey, I remember when I was given sexual harassment training, and sexual harassment is a big thing today. And I'm not going to start talking about sexual harassment, but I think the analogy is there. She said when she first went to work at this TV station, they were all put through onboarding training, and part of that was sexual harassment training. What does it mean? What's appropriate? What's not appropriate? And what to do if it happens, and how to handle it. And that's the last time that 10 years later, when you thought back, what was that sexual harassment? They don't barely remember what it's about. And again, it's such an important thing that it's the kind of thing you might want to bring up every once in a while, over and over again. The best companies in the world constantly remind their employees how important customer service is, and they're constantly training them. Again, not huge hours and hours worth of training, but sometimes it's just literally minutes of training, ongoing. And I would suggest that if United wants this to work, and I know they do, that they not only kick off with this 4-hour training, but perhaps they follow up ongoing once a month with something to reinforce how it's supposed to be. So that's my commentary for today. Hope you enjoyed watching. This is Shep Hyken. Until next time, reminding you to always be amazing.